Beerus is the god of destruction for Universe 7. He's been alive for over 200 million years and is responsible for maintaining universal balance by destroying planets. Despite being a god, Beerus is surprisingly lazy and spends most of his time sleeping for decades or eating delicious food. When he's awake though, he's feared across the entire universe for his immense power and short temper. He'll destroy entire planets over trivial things like greasy food or being denied pudding. Beerus first learned about Goku after waking up from a 39-year nap. He had a prophetic dream about fighting someone called the Super Saiyan God, a warrior he'd never encountered before. His attendant Whis told him that a Saiyan named Goku had defeated Frieza, one of the most powerful beings Beerus had allowed to operate in his universe. Curious and excited about this prophecy, Beerus decided to track down this Saiyan to ask about the Super Saiyan God transformation. He traveled to King Kai's planet where Goku was training. When they first met, Goku was excited to fight such a powerful opponent and immediately challenged Beerus. He transformed into Super Saiyan and attacked, but Beerus wasn't impressed at all. He casually knocked Goku out with just 2 chops to the neck. The gap in power was absurd. Goku, in his strongest form at the time, couldn't even make Beerus try. Beerus left King Kai's planet and headed to Earth to continue his search for the Super Saiyan God, though he made it clear he'd destroy the planet if he didn't get answers. On Earth, at Bulma's birthday party, things escalated when Majin Buu refused to share pudding with Beerus. The god of destruction went on a rampage, easily defeating all the Z fighters including Gohan, Piccolo, and even Vegeta in his Super Saiyan forms. Nobody could touch him. Goku arrived and asked for time to figure out the Super Saiyan God transformation. With help from Shenron, they learned they needed 6 Saiyans with pure hearts: Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, Goten, Trunks, and the unborn Pan inside Videl performed the ritual. And Goku transformed into Super Saiyan God for the first time. This was the moment everything changed for Beerus. For the first time in millions of years, a mortal was actually challenging him in a real fight. They battled in space, and their punches were so powerful they created shockwaves that threatened to destroy the entire universe. Beerus was genuinely having fun, something that almost never happened. The fight continued with both pushing each other further. Goku's Super Saiyan God form eventually ran out, but he had absorbed the godly power into his base form, allowing him to keep fighting. Beerus won in the end, but the fact that Goku made him try this hard was unprecedented. After the battle, Beerus revealed something shocking. He lied to Goku about using his full power. He claimed he used 100% when he really used much less, specifically so Goku would keep training and get even stronger. Years later, during the Tournament of Power when Goku achieved Ultra Instinct, a technique even Beerus hadn't mastered after hundreds of millions of years, Beerus jumped from his seat in shock and showed genuine pride when Goku perfected it. Jiren is the strongest fighter in Universe 11 and a member of the Pride Troopers. He's so powerful that he's even stronger than his own universe's god of destruction. Jiren believes that absolute strength is the only thing that matters. He fights for justice but doesn't trust anyone because of his tragic past, where he lost everything. Jiren didn't really know much about Goku before the Tournament of Power. When they finally fought, Jiren was completely dominating him. Even Super Saiyan Blue wasn't enough. Jiren was just walking through Goku's attacks like they were nothing. Goku tried everything, even gathering energy from his entire team to create a massive spirit bomb. Jiren literally walked straight through it and pushed it back at Goku, which shows just how ridiculously strong he was. The spirit bomb exploded and everyone thought Goku was dead. Jiren turned around to walk away because the fight was over, but then Goku came back with Ultra Instinct for the first time. Jiren's entire demeanor changed instantly. For the first time in the tournament, he actually looked surprised. Goku was dodging all his attacks without even thinking about it, moving on pure instinct. Jiren couldn't land a clean hit anymore, and you could see him getting frustrated. Throughout the rest of the tournament, every time Goku tapped into Ultra Instinct, Jiren had to actually try. He went from barely paying attention to his opponents to being forced to fight seriously. But the moment that really broke him was when Goku achieved perfected Ultra Instinct. Jiren got absolutely destroyed. Goku was faster, stronger, and completely outclassed him in every single way. Jiren started losing his composure completely. He was fighting wildly, even trying to attack Goku's friends out of desperation. This was massive for Jiren because his entire worldview was built on being the strongest. He believed that absolute power was everything and that trusting others was worthless. Seeing Goku surpass him with a technique that required letting go of conscious thought shattered everything he believed in. Jiren actually became terrified of losing because it would mean everything he worked for was pointless. Kefla is the Potara fusion of Caulifla and Kale, 2 female Saiyans from Universe 6. Caulifla is a tough, cocky fighter who became a Super Saiyan incredibly fast and leads a gang back in her universe. Kale is her shy, timid protege who transforms into a berserker, legendary Super Saiyan when pushed to her limits. When they fuse using the Potara earrings, their combined power gets multiplied tens of times over, creating one of the strongest warriors in the entire multiverse. Kefla's personality is basically Caulifla's confidence turned up to maximum. She's brash, eager to fight, and absolutely certain she can beat anyone. Kefla literally didn't exist until the Tournament of Power. During the tournament, Kefla and Kale from Universe 6 were fighting against Goku in his Super Saiyan God form. They were both holding their own for a while, but Goku was slowly gaining the upper hand and was about to eliminate them both. In a last-ditch effort to survive, they used Potara earrings that their God of Destruction Champa had given them as a backup plan. The instant they fused, Kefla was born, and she felt absolutely incredible. The moment Kefla opened her eyes, she said she felt infinite power bubbling inside her. She jumped back into the ring with a massive grin on her face, ready to test out what this fusion could really do. When Goku sensed her energy, his face showed genuine concern, something rare for him. He remarked that her power seemed limitless, like he couldn't even find where it ended. Even Vegeta, who was fighting someone else at the time, stopped to comment that he felt an incredible energy. Over on the sidelines meditating, even Jiren, the strongest fighter in the tournament, twitched when he sensed Kefla's power, which shocked everyone watching since nothing had fazed him before. Kefla wanted to see what she could do, so she attacked Super Saiyan God Goku immediately. She moved so fast that Goku didn't even see her until she was already behind him. During their brief exchange, Kefla completely shrugged off all of Goku's attacks, calling them lame before slamming him into the ground. She was just toying with him at this point, and it was clear that Super Saiyan God wasn't enough anymore. This forced Goku to transform into Super Saiyan Blue, his strongest standard form. Kefla responded by going Super Saiyan herself, and suddenly they were fighting evenly. The energy from their clash was shaking the entire arena. Goku realized he needed more power, so he stacked Kaioken on top of Super Saiyan Blue, a technique that multiplies his power but puts massive strain on his body. In this state, he completely overwhelmed Kefla. She couldn't even track his movements anymore. He hit her with a clean blow that severely damaged her, and everyone thought she might be finished. But Kefla pushed past her limits and got back up, admitting his attack really hurt but refusing to go down. Goku only had enough energy for one more attack at this level, and he fired it, but Kefla dodged and attacked him from behind with a kick to the neck, knocking him completely out of Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken and back to his base form. She found it unfortunate that the fight was ending so quickly and was prepared to knock him out of the arena. That's when Goku's body reacted to the extreme pressure. His eyes turned silver, and he unlocked Ultra Instinct sign for the second time in the tournament. Kefla's reaction was interesting. Instead of being scared, she got even more excited. She immediately powered up to Super Saiyan 2, and her energy was so massive it destroyed parts of the arena around her and sent spectators flying. She claimed that with this much power, she could destroy an entire universe with a single shot. Whis noted that her power as a Super Saiyan rivaled the Spirit Bomb that had triggered Goku's first Ultra Instinct transformation. Even Piccolo commented that she might have surpassed Goku's earlier Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken level, but then Kefla tried to hit Ultra Instinct Goku and nothing worked. He dodged everything without even trying. She threw punches and he slipped past them. She fired energy blasts and he weaved through them. Goku even hit her with a barrage of punches and kicks that she couldn't see coming. This is when Kefla's confidence started turning into frustration. She became enraged and powered up even further, unleashing an absolutely insane onslaught of ki blasts and lightning bolts that covered most of the arena. Her ki control was so refined that she could make her attacks track Goku, bending them mid-flight to follow his movements. She managed to graze his arm and cut some of his hair, which shocked everyone watching. Master Roshi stated that if even one of those blasts hit Goku directly, it would be over. But despite all that overwhelming power, Kefla still couldn't land a clean hit. Goku was unconsciously dodging, evading, and countering almost everything she threw at him while charging up a Kamehameha. Kefla kept firing more and more energy, growing more desperate with each miss. Finally, Goku jumped toward her in midair, and Kefla thought she had him. He wouldn't be able to dodge while airborne. She charged up a massive Kai blast and fired it point blank at him, but at the last second, Goku dodged it anyway, and everyone, especially Kefla's, was shocked. He hit her with his divine Kamehameha at point blank range, which sent her flying out of the arena. The impact was so powerful it broke her Potara earrings, diffusing her back into Kefla and Kale. Whis is an angel and the attendant of Beerus, the god of destruction for Universe 7. But more importantly, he's Beerus' martial arts teacher and significantly stronger than him, making Whis one of the most powerful beings in the multiverse. Unlike most powerful fighters in Dragon Ball, Whis is calm, polite, and obsessed with delicious food. He's naturally in a permanent state of Ultra Instinct. His body automatically reacts to threats without thinking, representing the absolute peak of martial arts mastery. Whis first met Goku during Battle of Gods when he accompanied Beerus to Earth searching for the Super Saiyan God. After watching Goku fight Beerus, Whis revealed he was actually Beerus' teacher and stronger than the god of destruction, which shocked everyone. Goku immediately wanted to train with him. After constantly nagging and pestering, Whis finally agreed on one condition. Goku had to bring him delicious food from Earth. When training began on Beerus' planet, Whis didn't start with combat. He had Goku and Vegeta do housework, changing bed sheets, cleaning, mundane tasks. This wasn't busy work though. Whis was teaching them to move efficiently and stay aware even during simple activities. When actual martial arts training started, the power gap was absurd. Goku and Vegeta would attack together in their strongest forms, and Whis effortlessly dodged everything with his hands behind his back. He could block their punches with a single finger and fight both simultaneously using just one hand each. During training, Whis explained Ultra Instinct, a state where your body moves and reacts perfectly without conscious thought. He identified their flaws. Goku was too relaxed and dropped his guard constantly, while Vegeta overthought everything and stayed too tense. Whis told them the key to true strength was letting their body move without the delay of thinking. But even as he taught this principle, it seemed impossible for mortals. Even Beerus hadn't mastered it after hundreds of millions of years. The training was intense and dangerous over months and years. Whis pushed them through exercises that could kill them if they weren't careful. He helped them develop Super Saiyan Blue and access Godly Ki. He made Goku a new GI with his symbol on it. What made Whis special as a teacher was his patience and genuine investment in their growth. He'd precisely point out what they did wrong and how to improve, fundamentally changing how they fought. Then came the Tournament of Power. When Goku unlocked Ultra Instinct for the first time after the Spirit Bomb explosion, Whis immediately recognized it and got genuinely excited, rare for him. Throughout the tournament, he analyzed Goku's progress, noting he'd mastered the defensive dodging but was still thinking about attacks instead of letting instinct choose. The ultimate moment came when Goku achieved perfected Ultra Instinct against Jiren. All the gods of destruction stood up in recognition. Belmod is the god of destruction for Universe 11, and unlike most gods of destruction who enjoy their position and power, Belmod is surprisingly humble and peaceful. He doesn't forgive evil and takes pride in Universe 11's Pride Troopers, who uphold justice across their universe. What makes him different from gods like Beerus is that he's comfortable admitting someone in his universe is stronger than him, specifically Jiren. He even selected Toph as his potential successor and allowed him to observe deity-only events, showing he's planning to retire eventually. Belmod had never met Goku before the Tournament of Power, but he already despised him. When the Omni Kings announced the tournament where losing universes would be erased from existence, Belmod blamed Goku entirely. He saw Goku as an unforgivable and evil man because of his close relationship with the Omni Kings and the fact that Goku suggested the tournament idea in the first place. In Belmod's eyes, Goku was directly responsible for putting Universe 11 at risk of being destroyed. During the Xeno Expo exhibition matches before the tournament, Belmod brought Toph to fight Goku, hoping Toph would eliminate him before the actual tournament even started. When Goku transformed into Super Saiyan Blue during that fight, Belmod was shocked. This Saiyan had achieved godly power, but his concern turned to confidence when he saw Toph hold his own, and he became certain that Universe 11's Pride Troopers would dominate. When the Tournament of Power began with 80 fighters from 8 universes, Belmod was one of the few gods who wasn't worried at all. His universe had the highest mortal level among all competing universes, and he had complete faith in his Pride Troopers, especially Jiren. Even when 6 Pride Troopers got eliminated, Belmod remained calm. He confidently stated that as long as the quality of their warriors was greater than other universes' quantity, they'd win. When it came down to just 3 fighters, Jiren, Toph, and Dispo, Belmod barely reacted, still certain of victory. But then Goku fought Jiren and achieved Ultra Instinct for the first time. Belmod, along with all the other gods of destruction, was completely speechless. Belmod's calm demeanor started cracking. When the form wore off and Jiren easily dispatched Goku, Belmod regained his composure and went back to boasting about Universe 11's superiority. As the tournament progressed and fighters were eliminated, Belmod's confidence slowly turned to concern. When Dispo was knocked out, he showed shock. When Toph became a god of destruction to fight Vegeta but still got eliminated, Belmod was visibly upset. Now Jiren was their last fighter. He revealed Jiren's tragic backstory to everyone, explaining why Jiren was so powerful and what drove him. The final battle came when Goku achieved perfected Ultra Instinct against Jiren. Belmod and Kai were dumbstruck watching Goku's silver hair and overwhelming power. Despite everything, Belmod stubbornly remained confident Jiren would win, but that confidence shattered as he watched Jiren get completely dominated and overwhelmed. Belmod frantically ordered Jiren to knock Goku off the stage, screaming that he'd get the Super Dragon Balls if he won. When he saw Frieza and Android 17 still in the ring after Goku collapsed from Ultra Instinct's strain, he desperately ordered Jiren to eliminate them quickly. When Universe 11 lost and was erased by the Omni Kings, Belmod accepted his fate calmly despite the shock. Vegeta is the prince of all Saiyans and Goku's eternal rival. He's arrogant, prideful, and obsessed with being the strongest warrior in the universe. Unlike Goku, who was sent to Earth as a baby, Vegeta grew up as Saiyan royalty before his home planet was destroyed by Frieza. He spent years working under Frieza's command, becoming a ruthless warrior and killer. When he first came to Earth, he was a villain villain who tried to destroy the planet and kill Goku. But after being defeated and eventually settling on Earth with Bulma, marrying her and having 2 children, Vegeta slowly transformed from a cold-blooded killer into a protector of Earth, though he'd never openly admit it. What defines Vegeta more than anything is his rivalry with Goku. Despite being a prince and elite warrior, Goku, a low-class Saiyan, was always one step ahead of him. This drove Vegeta absolutely insane. Every time Goku reached a new transformation or power level, Vegeta would train obsessively to surpass him, only for Goku to reach even greater heights. During the Majin Buu saga, Vegeta was so desperate to close the gap that he willingly let Babidi turn him evil temporarily, thinking his former ruthlessness was the source of his true power. He even broke down crying about his inability to surpass Goku. Then came the Tournament of Power. Vegeta had trained for years under Whis alongside Goku, developing his own path and growing stronger. But when Goku fought Jiren and unlocked Ultra Instinct for the first time, Vegeta watched from the sidelines as Goku accessed a divine technique. Whis was overjoyed. The Grand Priest was curious. All the gods stood up in recognition. And Vegeta? He had to sit there watching his rival achieve something completely beyond him. Again. What made it worse was that Ultra Instinct wasn't about raw power or pushing past limits through sheer will like Vegeta always did. It was about letting go completely, moving without thinking, allowing your body to react on pure instinct. Everything Vegeta stood for, his pride, his strategic thinking, his determination to consciously overcome every obstacle, was the exact opposite of what Ultra Instinct required. Whis had even told him directly that he thought too much during fights and needed to relax, but that wasn't who Vegeta was. He couldn't just turn off his mind and let instinct take over. After the Tournament of Power, Vegeta sought out Beerus for training and destruction energy, developing Ultra Ego, a transformation that embraced his pride and battle-hungry nature rather than trying to copy Goku's instinctual approach. He stopped chasing Goku's shadow and started walking his own road. If you like this video, turn on the notification bell and subscribe for more.